Alright traders, good morning and welcome back to Mouteki.com. It is Thursday, May 27th, just around 8:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What we're going to talk about today is the pound yen and the CAD yen. First off, you remember our pound yen yesterday was our plan A. Now what you remember on the pound yen we were looking at is the breach here of this dominant line of supply in the 1 hour compression. Okay, we can see very dominant line of supply. Now what we had was a violation of the supply line. And furthermore, what we had done is analyze two setups in our 15-minute price action for potential Fibonacci respect. Now what you can see here is that we've had a continuation on this pair, okay, and notice where this market has come up to, and that is the 100% fib expansion of the overall movement in this market that has proven itself to be the one that this market is respecting. Now let's just go ahead and take it down to the 15-minute and talk about what we saw yesterday. Remember, what I did is I used this opportunity in here, this small initial movement in here, to get my initial fib expansion so I can get my entry. Now upon that, what I said in my analysis is that I saw that there was 127.2 respect. I saw that there was a retracement coming in here, and what I was looking for was for the breach of the 127.2, which I got, which I entered on, as you can see, at the 130.46 price level. And from there, what we noticed was that this market continued to trade north, so that is why I did not exit. Notice how at this point here we breached substantially up above that 161.8 fib expansion of the smaller movement. But furthermore, what we had was a pullback, and we have seen continuation here. Now notice in blue what we can see here is the 61.8 of the overall movement here that we talked about yesterday, that we were anticipating this market was going to unfold and trade into. And when I had this market rush up above on a retracement above the 161.8 of the first movement, then I knew that this market was going to be respecting further on here the larger setup that I was looking for the payments. Now, I got my initial movement in here, I got my initial entry in this market, and now what I'm looking for here is an opportunity to potentially re-enter this market. Now notice here how at the opening of the New York we're seeing a very large movement south on this pair, okay? So what I'm going to look for at this time is a retracement to occur. And how I would adapt to that is I would set my retracement levels to the current movement in this market. And what I'm going to also do is delete the smaller set of expansions because we no longer need them, because our market has proven respect beyond those. There we go, and let me just place my expansions accordingly. Okay, and we can see right now what we're dealing with is a 100% fib expansion payment. Now the fundamentals released earlier on the pound may be creating here the large reaction sell-off to the market, but I anticipate that this market is going to continue traveling north off of retracement here during New York to that 161.8. Remember that 161.8 is also lined up with a 610 fib zone. When I put my marker up there, you can see 617 pips. So in reality, that 610 is sitting right there. So that's where my profit target is going to be on this overall trade. This market has just rushed here pre-New York to around 382 level. I'm going to look for price action here on a reversal. Now what I'm also having to do here is I'm going to have to manage this trade that I have on here, because there's always the opportunity that my analysis is going to fail and this market is going to turn south. And where I would place my stops is below the 61.8, giving it around 10-15 pips there below that 61.8 as a safety level. And furthermore, what I'm going to look for here during New York is for that bounce retracement. If price action is good, then I'll definitely get on it. But overall, what I would look for here for my second entry is a breach of this 100% fib expansion. Then I would look for price action to be strong in that breach and to get my further entry up to that 161.8 and target this market. So that's what we have on the pound Japanese yen. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Let's go ahead here and move on to the CAD yen. Bring that up on your screen. What you can see here on the CAD yen is a mirrored image of what we're looking at on the pound yen. Go figure. Correlation between the two. What we can see here on the 1 hour compression is a very dominant line of supply in this market. Notice what we have seen on this market is a violation of this 1 hour supply line. From this 1 hour supply line, what we can see here is our initial movement in here. We pull back for a retracement. From there we have 61.8 respect. From that 61.8 we have the current retracement to the 50%. And from that 50%, this market achieved perfectly a 100% fib expansion. So what I'm going to look for at this point here is for a retracement off of the current 100% movement, and look for, once again, price action, bounce retracement, entry off of that. Or furthermore, if the price action is not strong and I see hesitation in the movement, then I'll wait for the market to breach the 100%, get in, and that is going to be my free payday from the 100% up to the 161.8. So that's what we have today here at Mouteki.com. Hope you enjoyed that. Before I wrap up, I just want to thank those of you who have taken time out of your trading day to send me an email regarding my thoughts that I had posted on my blog lately. Thank you for those. I will be replying to many of you here later on today. So with that said, folks, hope you enjoyed once again here what we have from Mouteki.com. Until next time, have a good day, good luck, and happy trading.